back for round 3, game 2 here on MTG Grinders. The first game went really quickly in the way of Jin. So we're back for round 2, and hopefully we'll get a bit more of a contest.
Yeah, Rebel Master's a real thing when your opponent gets brick on lands.
Yeah.
Or bricks on colours.
Not hitting that black really hurt.
So we do have some sideboards here. Jin's sideboard for the Mardu Dragons has 1 Thoughtseize, 2 Self-Inflicted Wounds, 2 Crux of Fate, 4 Anger of the Gods, 2 Outpost Siege, 3 Arishan Cleric, and 1 Kolaghan Command.
Rakit has 2 Duress, 3 Drown Sorrow, 2 Glare of Heresy, 1 Elspeth, 1 Sorin, 2 Dramoka's Command, 1 Wingmate Rock, and 3 Self-Inflicted Wounds, which aren't going to be very helpful in this particular match.
So what would you want? What would you want from Rakit, from the Abzan side?
I'm looking square at the Drown in Sorrows. 3 of those to punch some Rabble Masters in the face. Probably Dramoka's Command.
Yep.
In there. I think everything else might be a little bit slow. I don't like the Duress. Elspeth is way too slow. Sorin's just going to get eaten. Wingmate Rock, maybe, because it gains life. But probably, yeah, definitely those Drown in Sorrows. What about you over there?
We've got, what we say, we've got 2 Self-Inflicted Wounds, which are definite in. We do have 4 Anger of the Gods, which would be interesting to see if Jin went that route. We've got 2 Crux of Fates. Again, very good against the Abzan lists with these Mardu Dragon lists, as you do know that you can punish every creature in their deck.
As Jin comes out with the Draconic Roar, getting rid of the Fleece Main Lion.
Why did that Thunderbreak region?
Now, I'm pretty sure that Thunderbreak region
there we go, back again.
There we go.
I say that's a pretty big one. 2 Outpost Siege. Outpost Siege is a very good hedge against these decks, but unfortunately, Dramoka's Command is a real card, so it's probably not going to see it. Irish and Craig is too slow. We don't want the life gain. Kolaghan Command, probably not. Not against this deck. Not a lot of 2-power guys that we can get the 2-for-1 value off dealing 2 damage and making them discard a card, or the opposite, 2 damage and making us get a creature back. So
Sure. Now Rakit's just fetched here, popped him down to 15.
Yeah, but probably the Thoughtseize. Definitely the Thoughtseize, the 2 Self-Inflicted Wounds, and maybe the 2 Crux of Fate. So probably a 5-card sort of.
And Rakit comes out with a really nice Siege Rhino,
Yep.
putting him back up to 18. We can't really see what
There's
Jin's
an Anger
at.
of the Gods, so he did put the Anger of the Gods in. Since when was that? Well, this is a question. When was a Siege Rhino a really good Siege Rhino? They're all bad.
Siege Rhinos are always good. Turn 4 Siege Rhino, there's not a time you don't want to drop a turn 4 Siege Rhino.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there is, but shut up. Who invited you to commentary? And there's our Thunderbreak Regent coming over the top of the Siege Rhino.
Just doesn't fight very well with the old Siege Rhino. Just doesn't battle very well.
Well, I'm not sure the Siege Rhino cares so much. He's going to come in and swing anyway.
Bakal.
Yeah, that's it.
You take him out of the air.
And Rakit sitting back and having a think about what's going to happen on turn 5 as we get a Temple of
We're going to get the information.
Malady.
We're going to get the information. That's what he says.
Scries to the bottom.
I've actually seen Rakit at a lot of events as well.
Yep.
Also a very prominent Melbourne player. So this is probably these two probably know each other fairly well, to be honest. I've seen them at Games Lab a lot.
As the Thunderbreak Regent comes in, and I think that drops him to...
It's an Abzan Charm?
No, Abzan Charm.
Abzan Charm,
Yep.
2-3. Bzz.
Well, I think that actually drops him down to 15.
Maybe.
So the dice is actually right at this point in time.
Well, that'll work. I do like Jin's matchup a little bit in this. He does have access to 4 Crackling Dooms and 2 Murderous Cuts. Very interesting against the creature base of Mardu.
Yeah.
Of Abzan. However, I do see, and a Hidden Dragon Slayer, although I do see a distinct struggle against that of Elspeth, Sun's Champion. I assume he just takes to the skies with like Kolaghan Stormfury and Elspeth of his own. But Elspeth typically gives these decks a bit of a problem if you can get there. I know on the draw, Elspeth is significantly worse against these Mardu Dragon, Mardu mid-range lists. But on the play, we may see Rakit have bought into it.
Yep.
As we see him scry down his 6. So
he actually put out a Storm Breath then and didn't attack.
Yeah.
So he mustn't like his hand against this Siege Rhino at this point in time.
Not at all. He does have Anger of the Gods. Looks like a Goblin Rabble Master, a Draconic Roar, and a Kolaghan Stormfury. Okay, so
he's looking to dash that next turn,
Kolaghan
maybe?
Stormfury is a beating in these decks. Being able to play your Thunderbreak Region on turn 4 and then play your Kolaghan Stormfury on turn 5 with dash and get in for 12.
Yes.
It's exceptional. As it triggers off all dragons, we see ultimate price come down and take out that Stormbreath Dragon.
And Siege Rhino coming in for another 4. Don't entirely know what Jin's at, but I'm presuming it's about 12.
Well, he has taken 11 points of damage from that Siege Rhino, plus a fetch is 12. I don't believe he got hit by the Siege Rhino. The earliest Fleece main line.
No.
But so I think he would be at about. It looks like he's at 4.
Looks like he's at 4, so we're way off.
He must have hurt himself.
Yep.
As we see.
I can't see any fetches in his.
There's a fetch.
There's one there.
There's one more.
So it looks like we're way off. And
there's a Battlefield Forge there. And these decks are known to hurt themselves. Anger of the Gods.
Gets rid of the Fleece main.
And a Draconic Roar, revealing Kolaghan's Storm Fury. Not a bad turn.
Yeah.
Not a bad turn. That's a 2 for 2 and you're still getting in for damage.
Yep.
So now you're really racing. Although you are at 4 and your opponent's at 15.
Now the Siege Rhino is actually exiled here because it was hit with Anger with the God.
Yep. Exile damage.
And we believe Rackets now should actually be on 12. So come on guys, use those dice, help us out.
And a Fenza. It's a good one. That's a good answer. It's a draw from Jin. Finds a Scryland. Says, I don't want that. Gets rid of it. Drops an Anger of the Gods. Puts it back up. Doesn't go to his hand. Sorry.
And the crowd goes quiet.
Love you.
And do we come out? Do we dash it?
No. We can't dash it. We're on 4. We can't dash that. We just play our own flying Siege Rhino for 5.
Fair enough.
4/5 flyer for 4.
Yep.
For 5, sorry. This card is a beating. This card is an absolute monstrosity. You play this guy on turn 5, then you play the actual Dragon Lord Kolaghan after that, and you just look at your opponent. You go, yeah, what do you want?
Good.
What do you want to do?
Life
die, or you want to die fast? It's very good.
Alrighty, so we've got Soren here.
That is very, very good. As we see,
Vampire.
Oh, he makes a vampire.
Feels like he's on the defensive with with Jin being on 4. I'd be trying to push through that extra damage and take out the dragon.
I do like getting the dragon off the table there.
Yeah,
I do like getting the dragon off the table. But this will pay off.
And that must have been a post-combat.
Yeah,
Rebel Master.
That's just a respect payment.
Yep.
It's just that. Well, you will always block.
Yep.
You will block with your Rebel Master token.
Well, he's got no other cards in hand.
No. I did. I've learned to do the same thing. You play Rebel Master. I've got a Fleece Man. We'll go.
Yeah.
Play 2/2 for 3. That's what you do. And that sounds god awful.
Well, Jin's left with no cards in hand. Kit's still got 2. We haven't been able to see directly what they are. But with the Soren out there, 2 cards in hand, 2 creatures on the board, you got to think that you're in an all right sort of position.
Absolutely. I suppose you can't really swing right here.
He's certainly in the tank at this point in time.
It's very close.
Trying to figure out how he can punch through those last 4 points of damage.
Absolutely.
You could make another Vampire with Soren. That would give you 2 flyers against the 1. That would get you 2 points of damage, halfway. How do you get the other 2?
I'm not entirely sure.
Just wait for
see
it.
what Racket would have in his hand. Jin is well and truly off the top of his deck now, but Jin does have some really nice draws. Like, we haven't seen a Crackling Doom this game, which is just a beating against his deck. We haven't seen the Murderous Cuts either. So the 6 cards that I really pointed out, the 6 of the 7 cards that I really pointed out that are beating against this deck.
Yep, but he punches up Soren.
He punches up Soren and
attacks.
Now, does Jin go for the double block here?
And go down to 1?
No, he's just going to chop.
No. Taking out the dragon.
Chop.
Taking 2.
Gaining 5.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I have another Anafenza. What do you got? You got a land.
I have a land, I have a scoop, and we'll go to game 3. That was an interesting game, that one.
Yeah, very back and forth.
How do you feel game 3 is going to go? To who?
Look, these matchups are tough for both. I do like Jin's matchup against the Abzan list with the cards that I've said, but I am biased towards the Maru list as I'm a big fan of it. But I think that Jin can beat this being on the play.
All right, we'll see that in game 3.